Hello, and welcome to Select 10. This video is primarily for action film fans, as it delves into a fascinating world of underappreciated gems with our top 10 movie picks that deserve attention. From violent thrillers to adrenaline-pumping adventures, these movies strike an impact while offering cinematic quality that you won't want to overlook. Additionally, this video attempts to uncover lesser-known action films that every action fanatic should watch, so don't expect to see any already popular action flicks. Now let's start the video. Number 10. The Tournament. It is a 2009 action thriller film directed by Scott Mann. The story centers on an undercover tournament conducted every 7 years in which the world's greatest assassins fight each other. The story opens with a group of the best assassins in the world, each implying a different nation, being wrongfully kidnapped and transported to a secluded Scottish town. The goal of the competition is for one assassin to eliminate all of the other participants and become the winner. On the other hand, the tournament is hosted by an influential businessman who broadcasts the lethal competition live to an audience of high-stakes investors, which attracts the attention of the police forces threatening the event. Meanwhile, each killer has a sensor placed in their body and is equipped with a monitoring gadget to make sure they stay in the competition area. Set amid the context of a high-stakes tournament where surviving is the main reward, the story tackles issues of atonement, retribution, and the implications of bloodshed. The film is an exciting ride from beginning to end, full of strong action scenes and a complicated web of characters that keeps you entertained. Number 9. Bullet to the Head. It is a 2012 action film directed by Walter Hill. The plot revolves around Jimmy Bobo, a hitman who, following executing an attack with his associate, Louis Blanchard, is attacked by unidentified criminals, resulting in Louis's death. Desperate to identify who planned the attack on him and take revenge for his companions' deaths, Jimmy cooperates with Taylor Kwan, an investigator from Washington, D.C., who is looking into the killings related to the case. Their dissimilar approaches and upbringings initially make them cautious of one another, but they eventually band together and discover a web of criminal activity involving influential city people. The film balances brutal action with themes of revenge and forgiveness, with Sylvester Stallone as Jimmy, a character who blends his signature intensity with a sensitive depiction of a hitman dealing with tragic events and moral quandaries. Although the plot is conventional, the film offers deadly action that will satisfy and hold the interest of genre enthusiasts. Number 8. The November Man. It is a 2014 spy action thriller film directed by Roger Donaldson. The story revolves around Peter Devereaux, an exceptionally trained ex-CIA agent who returns from retirement when David Mason, his former friend, is assigned to safeguard Alice Fournier, a crucial witness who may have information that could reveal politicians' connections to committing war crimes. However, while Peter and David collaborate to keep Alice safe, they come across a complicated web of lies and treachery within the intelligence organizations, which puts their own safety in jeopardy and forces them to use every trick to stay one step ahead of the cruel agents tasked with killing anyone who knows the truth about them. The film is filled with violent action sequences, spy techniques, and ethical issues as Peter rushes against time to uncover the conspiracy and defend Alice. The storyline veers off course as Peter deals with tough opponents and the fallout from the decisions he made while serving as a spy. Overall, the movie stars Pierce Brosnan in a part that brings back memories of his James Bond days, fusing the complexity of global espionage with great action. Number 7. Killing Them Softly. It is a 2012 crime action film directed by Andrew Dominik. The movie is set amid the economic meltdown of 2008 and centers on Jackie Cogan, a trained assassin brought in to put things back to normal after the gangsters' high-stakes card game was looted. Meanwhile, the game's host, Marky Tratman, has been accused of arranging the crime to pay off his outstanding debts, while Jackie is assigned to analyze what happened and kill those involved. As Jackie advances through the underground world of crime, he meets several criminals and carefully plots his next move, while watching the effect of the economic downturn on both the unlawful marketplace and the community at large. The film explores issues of treachery, selfishness, and loyalty inside the criminal underworld, presenting a harsh and bleak picture of criminal behavior and punishment, while featuring violent scenes with a strikingly realistic and morally murky appearance. Overall, the narrative presents a somber and reflective view of the crime genre, driven home by Brad Pitt's sophisticated portrayal of a cool-headed officer entrusted with bringing order to a volatile criminal world. Number 6. Dead Man Down. It is a 2013 action thriller film directed by Neil Zardanoplev. The narrative follows skilled hitman, Victor, who gets entangled with his next-door neighbor Beatrice, who forces him into assisting her in taking out retribution on a mob boss named Alphonse Hoyt. It all begins when Beatrice vows to kill Alphonse for destroying her personal life and deforming her appearance in a car crash. As Victor and Beatrice organize their retribution on Alphonse, their connection grows stronger, and Victor starts questioning his choice of aggression and vengeance, all while confronting dangers from an enigmatic being who discovers a dark truth from his past. The film is jam-packed with exciting surprises and unexpected events as Victor and Beatrice face their personal nightmares and must decide whether they are ready to give up everything for vengeance and peace. The movie features a lot of emotionally charged action scenes with great acting from Colin Farrell and Noomi Rapace. It crafts a convoluted story of entwined fates and secret plans that culminates in an engrossing conclusion that calls into question the motives and faiths of the characters. Number 5. Death Sentence. It is a 2007 vigilante action thriller film directed by James Wan. The plot centers around Nick Hume, a calm businessman whose entire existence is upended after his eldest son, Brendan, dies in cold blood during a gang encounter. Grieving and frustrated that the legal system has not done enough to punish the man who killed his son, Nick resolves to take matters into his own hands and sets out to find Billy Darley, the vicious gang leader who committed the murder and terrorized the city. But this vigilante action starts a vicious circle of reprisals between Nick and Billy's group, who swear to exact payback on Nick and the rest of his family. The film presents a desperate father who is led to extreme lengths by tragedy, demonstrating the moral difficulties and emotional agony that emerge from pursuing justice without following the law. It also addresses themes of justice, revenge, and the personal toll of violence, while the plot develops suspense with explosive action scenes and psychic turmoil, eventually challenging the actual expenses of achieving justice through violent methods. Number 4. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. It is a 2014 action crime anthology film directed by Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller. The film weaves together a number of tales that are all centered around Basin City, an impoverished and violent metropolis where treachery and murder are common. In the first narrative, Just Another Saturday Night, the story follows a cruel man named Marv as he awakens around dead people and tries to investigate what transpired the night before. Another tale is The Long Bad Night, which centers on Johnny, a casino player who invites wealthy Senator Rourke to a match of poker and is forced to face an unexpectedly deadly situation. Just like these two, there are a few more stories that deal with themes of retribution, atonement, and moral uncertainty. The film is loaded with brutal action and interweaves numerous stories, each delving into themes of moral confusion, forgiveness, and retribution within the harsh, dramatic aesthetic background of Sin City. The film maintains a black and white look with unexpected flashes of color, highlighting the stark differences between light and shadow in this grim and deadly world. Number 3. Pain and Gain. It is a 2013 action comedy film directed by Michael Bay. The film centers on three Miami bodybuilders, Daniel Lugo, Paul Doyle, and Adrian Durbel, who get entangled in a violence and abduction plot. However, the leader of the group, Daniel, devises a scheme to capture Victor Kershaw, a successful businessman, and demand cash from him. Although he is able to successfully kidnap Kershaw with the aid of Paul and Adrian, their plan starts to fall apart due to their rash and immature actions. The film blends a humorous look at the pursuit of the American dream with director Michael Bay's signature high-energy style. Although the actors' performances, especially Wahlberg and Johnson's, are powerful and intense, the film's abrupt tone changes between violent crime drama and dark comedy, which can be unsettling. Overall, the movie illustrates the ridiculousness and results of misplaced ambition while providing an enjoyable, if scary, adventure. Number 2. Wind River. It is a 2017 Western crime action film directed by Taylor Sheridan. The narrative takes place on the isolated Wind River Indian Reservation in Wyoming and centers on Corey Lambert, a wildlife service officer and expert tracker who, while tracking a mountain lion, comes across the corpse of a young Native American lady buried in the ice. His inquiry into Natalie's death led an inexperienced FBI agent, Jane Banner, to Wyoming, who is untrained in dealing with such situations. Together, they overcome the difficulties of living on a reservation and discover startling information about the events behind Natalie's death, which has an impact on the tribe, while they search for the whole truth. The film masterfully conveys the remoteness and harsh beauty of the location, which heightens the suspenseful and very moving story. Both Renner and Olsen give riveting performances that engross audiences in the characters' nuanced quests for justice, atonement, and loss. Together with gripping criminal drama and impressive action sequences, the movie also explores social problems and the hardships that Native American tribes endure. Number 1. A Walk Among the Tombstones. It is a 2014 action thriller film directed by Scott Frank. The story follows Matthew Scudder, a disturbed former police officer who became an investigator for hire, as he takes on a grisly investigation concerning the abduction and death of a drug trafficker's wife. As Scudder looks into the matter, he finds that these people have carried out similar horrible crimes before and target the spouses of drug traffickers, exact a ransom, and then murder them, irrespective of whether the ransom amount is paid. The story develops as he becomes progressively motivated to deliver justice to the dead and punish the perpetrators before they kill again. As usual, Neeson gives a riveting performance, presenting Scudder as a complicated man battling his own issues and pursuing justice. The tension and anxiety throughout the film are increased by the dark visuals, which perfectly convey the grimy and dismal atmosphere of the city. Overall, the movie is a gripping drama that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats with its mixes of excellent acting, an engaging plot, terrific action, and an evocative setting, creating an unforgettable cinematic experience. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.